Hello gorgeous people, it's been a while since I did a coffee corner, which is a good thing. Usually that means I'm doing alright and that there's not a lot to talk about regarding sorry, my life in a certain way or angle, or like there's not a lot for me to like rant about. And if I do like book rants, I don't really put that under like coffee corner because it's not to do with me. Like it's an external thing to talk about. I even feel anxious like filming this and I don't know why. Basically I've just felt very anxious this week and there's several reasons I think, and I feel better now, but I felt lower at the beginning of the week. I think the biggest reason is a lot of PTSD regarding my last relationship has really been coming up. Like, I think it's because it's several reasons, but part of it is like, for example, a band that we both love released a bunch of stuff and I like love it so much and it's so good, and then I just link it back to that person and I'm like, fuck. And it's just like, this is like, I don't want to link shit in my life to that time or to that person, no matter how I feel about that person, whether it's good or bad, or that time in my life. I'm never going to see that time in my life as good, but you know what I mean. It's just, I don't want to link stuff to that anymore. And I feel like I'm constantly, not constantly, I just feel like recently it's been a little heavy on my mind, in the sense of just triggered a lot about it. Like right now I'm so uncomfortable. I feel like I need to shit myself because I'm anxious. Probably also just need to shit. And I have like the most supportive friends ever, and my boyfriend's incredible, my family is incredible, work's going well. I think because when I get triggers coming up, my brain immediately feels like it should resort to how it used to think, which was very negative, very overthinking, and that's not who I am anymore. So when I start to feel like that, I'm like, crap, okay, like let's take a couple steps back. There's a lot of blame that I put on myself when those triggers come up. Like, it literally can be anything. Literally yesterday I got triggered. Don't even ask why or how, because it literally has zero relevancy. I know why, but it's not, I'm not going to explain why either, because it's about me, not about the situation, and it's not what you think it will be. But I got triggered by Justin Bieber and Hailey Bieber having a baby. And I'm just like, I look at myself and I'm like inwards, I look inwards, and I'm like, what is wrong with you? And I don't know. I wish I could go to therapy, but I just spent £200 on concert tickets today for 3 concerts. It's a really good price, thank you very much. Really excited, made my fucking day. Yeah, I just don't have the funds right now, but as soon as I do I will be going, but I probably won't have the funds until August because I'm away for a while. I'm very busy in July. June I'm so busy. This month I'm really busy, but I don't have the funds right now anyway, and I need it. And you know what, I want to cry right now because I also have felt like a lot of the anxiety and I wouldn't say necessarily that I felt sad. I think I felt low. I think there's a really big difference. I think like a lot of that's built up. I've had the thought several times of just cry it out, but I haven't. Like I said, nothing's happened. I've been triggered a lot. And even saying that is triggering, because my mindset, right now, my head right now is in a place that feels like where it was a year and a half ago. Like saying, oh, nothing's happened, gives me anxiety, because like, okay, now something's gonna happen. Now your life is gonna fall apart. That's how I used to think. I don't think like that anymore. But saying that right now, because of all the triggers and everything that's come up and how I'm feeling, that's how I feel right now. And it makes me want to cry. And this is, you can physically see it. This is the bit where it goes inwards. And I'm like, you need to fucking stop that shit. I'm so fucking over it. I don't know how to describe it. I'm not on bad terms with my ex. By any means. He apologized for what he did, and we speak like once a month, just like kind of say hi, how are you, you know. Whilst I think that's great, like the apology is something I wanted and I didn't think I'd ever get, and I'm grateful for it. Not everyone gets that closure. Why is it so hard for me to, I never, oh god. I think there's so much I haven't said to this person or been able to say. Or if I have tried to say something, I think either they've switched the subject, whether on purpose or not, I don't know, or conversation naturally died or naturally switched or whatever. And it's really frustrating, because it's something I feel like I need to do. But I've also noticed something about myself, which is that when I've had opportunities to talk about it and to say something, I haven't, because I don't want to disturb the peace. And that's not me, it's me with that person, because that's how I was with our relationship. He knows that. I walked on absolute fucking eggshells with him, but I'm still doing it, and I don't get it why. But I do get why. I'm triggered, I'm scared, we barely talk, so if we do say hi, how are you, whatever, or have a conversation about how he treated me, it's very much so like both of us, I can tell both of us get uncomfortable for different reasons, which is normal and that's fine, and I get it. And I'm not like, he doesn't want to talk about it. That's just not, that's not the case. I just think both of us don't know how to navigate that kind of conversation. And I have been able to say certain things that I'm really grateful that he's allowed me to communicate that, because I've not been able to do that in the past. But it feels like there's still so much, and I don't know what to say, but when to say it. It's really hard. And I think that's why everything is triggering me. And I was telling myself yesterday, and I've said this in videos before as well, where like the best advice I ever got was from my dad, where he was like, just go through the feeling. Like imagine it is a wall you can walk through. Just go through it. It's like that stupid fucking like kids book where it's like, you can't go over it, you can't go under it, you gotta go through it, you know. It's essentially, I'm only 21 years old fucking realizing what that fucking book was about. I would just I just sat with myself yesterday a little bit, and I was like, just feel it, it's okay. Because I kept trying to push it away, or I would let it start to eat at me, and I was like, I can't do either. I'm just feeling fucking worse. And then I just sat with it. I was like, okay, just feel it. You felt this before, probably feel it again. You'll survive. But also I think I'm sad, low rather, and want to have these conversations because I don't want to feel this anxiety anymore. Like, what the fuck is the point in feeling anxiety anymore? There's no reason. And I get it, it's triggers, it's PTSD, you can talk to me like my therapist all you want. I know, I get it, but that doesn't fix anything. And I have this fucking stupid idea, which may be accurate, that I can only fix how I feel by getting to the root of it. And you're all like, that doesn't sound stupid, until you realize the root of it is my ex. I don't even, this is what I mean, like, I try to form words and I don't know where they go. And I think also, and this makes me the saddest of all, is like, I think that's why I haven't written in years. It's like I'm constantly like, how do I fucking form what I want to say? Because I've had to like be so careful about how I speak for so long. And now I don't anymore. Like, I don't ever, with anyone in my life, I don't, with Florence, with my best friend, with George, with my boyfriend, with my family, I don't hold back in any way. And then around this person I go, and it's not, I wouldn't say it's a guard up, I'm not afraid in that sense. That person was for the most part very accepting of who I was, but it's just, I get consumed by, don't say this, don't say that. Remember how when you said that last time being like 2 years ago, how that went? And you'd think that, and I thought that train of thought would change because our situations are very different now. No, apparently not. So like, I'm trying to figure out what I would want to say. And even if I was speaking to my therapist, like, how would I say what I want to say? Because also I think like when I speak to my friends about it, I'm not, even though I don't hold back with them, I'm still not saying what I want to say, because they also have a certain view of this person, which is very understandable from the perspective of a best friend. So I get it, but it means that they're very biased, and I can't stand talking to people that are biased about situations, because it's like, you're just going to tell me what you want to say, not what I need to hear or what we should be talking about. Anyway, I'm straying, but I think if I was talking to my therapist, that would be the most accurate way I talk about how I'm feeling. I think there's a lot of triggers that if I think about them, they're not that scary, but when they come up, I'm like, I'm gonna shit myself. I'm literally need to go toilet because of how anxious I am. And that's not normal. I haven't fucking felt anxiety since this time last year. To this degree. I've felt fucking depression though, because I lost my cat, so sadness ain't too far of an emotion. I get her, she's still in the mix. But anxiety, because I don't feel it every day the way that I used to, I'm like, it immobilizes me and I feel fucking abnormal for it. I'm like, this shouldn't be affecting me this way. And I'm thinking like, do I send this video to this person? And I might, and if he does watch it, it's like, there's nothing like negative I want to say to you by any means. Do you know what I mean? It's not a negative thing about you. It's nothing of the sort. It's just, there is so much that I feel we could speak about regarding the past and what I'm quote unquote owed. I hate that fucking word, but I can't think of a better one right now. And the extent of certain things, and I want this person to understand that I still get triggered and anxiety, and there are certain things. For example, here's a good example that I can communicate with my camera. If someone ignores me for even a day, I end the friendship. Because I'm a grown adult and you're a grown adult. If we're friends, we're grown adults, right? I've had a go at my friend recently about this as well. I'm like, don't fucking disappear on me. Don't ignore me. I don't fuck with that. It's totally different if you message me and you're like, I'm fucking going through it. I'm not in the mood to talk. I'm not on my phone. I love you. Peace. Love and peace. I just need time to myself. Fine. It's that lack of communication that fucks me. Because at that point I'm like, you're not an adult if you can't fucking communicate that, and I don't want to talk to you and I don't want you in my life. But I can't say that to this person. I feel like I cannot set boundaries with this person, and it's not because of this person. It's because I don't know what that looks like with this person. We don't have a friendship. We've never had a friendship. We were always kind of in love with each other back in the day. Obviously not now. But now where we're like on okay terms, I'm like, I don't know how to do this with you. I don't know how to set a boundary with you because I don't know how you're gonna react. And I want to say to you, don't fucking ignore me for a week. We don't have to speak every day at all. In fact, we've spoken like once a month, and that pace for me is more than fine. But if we're mid-conversation and you ignore me and you're online, not only is that a fucking trigger, but I will fucking punch you in the face. I do it with my friends. And if you want to be in my life, if you want to be a friend, this goes for fucking anyone. I don't do that shit. I don't. And I'm not gonna make special, see, this is my brain, it's just fried. I'm not gonna make special, there's a fucking word I'm looking for and it's gonna bother me. Like, I'm not gonna treat people differently. Like, the same rule applies to fucking everyone. If my boyfriend talks to me every day, okay, obviously, and I'm just like, I think I've always been like that. I've always wanted to talk to someone every day. But also, that trigger is not just because of this person. Way before him, before I knew of his existence, when I was like 13, I had this internet friend who I was high-key in love with. He was high-key in love with me too. Let's not even go there because he was older than me. It's very bad. And his name was Jack. And we would speak every day. And then one day he disappeared for 2 weeks. And I was like, literally, this was my only form of contact with this person. And I was like, what the fuck? Turns out he had been so depressed. He had been like self-harming. He had been just like wanting to end it, basically. I was like, okay. Bear in mind, I was like fucking 14. So at this point, I'm like not an adult. He at the time was also not an adult, but he was older than me. And it was just like, no one here is having conversations. No one here is having healthy conversations. And you can't expect to at that point because you're a kid, basically. But that triggers started from there, because then at some point 2 weeks turned into 4 weeks, turned into I never heard from this person again. Just never. I just never did. One of his friends still follows me, and I still like, I don't know if the dude's alive. I don't know anything. I think the difference here is with this particular person that I'm talking about, it's like we were spending every day together when we were not apart for 3 years. And also I think just every relationship you have in life, they're all so different. Like, the love that you have for someone is not going to be replicated at any point in time. You're just going to find different love, and that's great, and that's fine, and that's happened for both of us, and that's great, but also so triggering because I don't know how to navigate any of it. So yeah, I want to set boundaries and be like, you can't just disappear on me. You don't owe me talking to me every day, and I don't owe you shit in general because of what you put me through. But if you want to be in my life, which you've said that you do, for me to even consider that, you need to act like a friend. And I don't let anyone in my life, not a fucking soul, just dip out on me because they feel like it, because they don't want to, because they don't use that app much. Bollocks. And it's excuses. And it's not, it just shows like an immaturity and like an inability to communicate effectively and healthily as an adult. And I literally, today, with the friend that I was talking about, like, who I had a go at, I literally said to her, I was like, you cannot fucking expect me to read your fucking mind that you're going through a shit time. You can't expect me to fucking assume that. You've got to communicate that with me, and I will be here the way that you need me to be here, and I will give you, and you can take all the time you need. I don't need to talk to you every day. You're not my boyfriend. You're one of my best friends, and I love you, and I want to be here for you in the capacity that you need me. But I can't do that. You can't expect me to read your fucking mind. And it's just rude to be online, to be posting, and ignoring your friend who is attempting to be there for you. That's just rude. And I explained that to her, and she was like, I'm really sorry. She's like, I get it, and I'm sorry. And like, we just had a conversation about it, you know? And that's how it should be, and I can't fucking say this person, and just like, I literally feel fucking pathetic. I think that's the biggest trigger, is like, I feel like how I did when I was 18, and I fucking don't ever want to feel like that again. And then I get pissed off at myself, because I'm like, I'm the one doing this to myself. So there's a lot, it's just a lot, and I feel better talking about it. Like, I feel like the anxiety's gone, but also I did shit in between filming this, so it probably is also that. I don't know where my head's at. I think also, like, whilst I know I want to set boundaries and like what I want to say, kind of, and like what main root of the issue is, I'm also like, my head's just in a weird mess at the moment. For what reasons? Unbeknownst to me, I'm in a really good place in life, and I'm happy. And I think I mean, that's going to continue, whether it means keeping people around or not. I just need to learn how to set boundaries with certain people. And also I think they need to realize, like, things are different now. If you don't do something that I need you to do as a friend, you can't be in my life. I'm way too fucking happy, man, for that. No more bollocks. I've kicked out so many people out of my life because I've just, over the past year, because I've just been like, piss off. Just piss off. And I don't want to do that with this person, because there's not really been a need for me to do that. They haven't done anything to upset me. In fact, at one point they did, and we spoke about it, and it was, you know, an adult conversation, which is nice because I'm not used to that with this person. But I'm still not familiar enough with a dynamic as friends, or just even just okay terms, really, to be like, hey, don't do this, and not go and shit myself crying in the bathroom over it. And it makes me feel pathetic to say that, but also, like, I think this person is very aware of what they put me through, and very aware of like how they would react in certain situations like that. Or at least if they're not now, they are. So yeah, I don't know, I've been feeling meh. But I got Foo Fighters tickets and 21 Pilots tickets and Phosphorescent tickets today, so life's good. The sun's also out and I'm fucking loving it. I'm loving it. And I go to Greece soon, and I have a new kitten soon. I can't wait to show you. I haven't met her/him yet. I don't know which baby it is that I'm getting yet, but I'm getting one of those babies in a few weeks. And I know, like, summer's such one of my favorite times of year. It is my favorite time of year. I'm so busy. I'm going away. I'm turning 22, celebrating my 1 year anniversary. I'm going to all these gigs, and it's like, right now, in that pre-moment of all that, feel bleh. But I feel like that's just a fucking pattern for me, you know? And there's a lot of patterns that I'm seeing in myself that I'm like, I don't want to go back to that. I don't, and I shouldn't, and I don't know how to get out of it. I want to effectively communicate with this person in my life so that I don't resort back to being or feeling how I used to, even though times are very, very different and our situations are very different. So hopefully I either send this to them and they're like, great, this is one way of communicating with me, or I figure a way to fucking communicate with them. That's best case scenario. Worst case scenario, I internalize this and never speak about it again. which, you know, I really wouldn't put past me. But yeah, there's so much good going on, and I want to appreciate the good at the same time. I reached 8.8k today on TikTok, 12.8k on Instagram all this week, 1.3 million on one of my videos, 900 on YouTube, which is so small compared to say 1.3 million, but it's still like equally a big deal to me. So yeah, everything's good, and I just need to fucking stop beating myself up, because I've also been doing a lot of retail therapy, and that's really not good for my bank, but it's really good for my mental health in the time, and then afterwards it's really bad because then I think about my bank. Anyway, that's off my chest and I feel a bit better, but I don't think I'm gonna feel 100% until I actually do what I said I needed to do. So that's great. If the person's watching, I'm really sorry that I can't communicate like a normal person. I don't know what's wrong with me at the moment. Like I said, triggers, babe. Triggers, innit? Yeah, I think I just need this person to kind of prove to me that they mean what they say, because they never did in the past. Or they did, but they just didn't show it. And I think that it needs to be shown for me to believe it. And I think I need to talk about my anxiety for me to get rid of that fucking anxiety. Anyways, we'll see what happens. Mia in 24 hours will deal with it, whatever. Anyways, I love you guys. Thank you for watching. If you did, I feel sorry for you for listening to me ramble. Kind of stupid. Anyways, I'll see you in my next video. I love you guys. Bye.